All right, let's get right into it. We're going to break down a really powerful business strategy today called limiting factor analysis. It's all about making the absolute best decisions when your resources are stretched thin, which, let's face it, is pretty much all the time. I know. It sounds like the best problem to have, right? The phone is ringing off the hook, orders are pouring in, everyone wants what you're selling. But that dream can turn into a massive headache, a real strategic nightmare if you just don't have the resources to keep up.
And this is that classic moment of truth. You literally cannot make enough stuff to keep all your customers happy. So, what's the play? Do you try to make a little bit of everything, or do you go all in on one product? The choice you make right here can make or break your bottom line.
So, yeah, how do you decide? Well, the most common answer seems super obvious, but as we're about to see, it's usually a trap. And it's a trap that can cost a business a ton of money. Let me show you what I mean with a quick example.
Okay, so check this out. We've got 3 products. We take the selling price, subtract the cost to make each one, and we get what's called the contribution per unit. It's basically the profit each item brings in. So you can see here, dishes make 12 quid, ornaments make 11, and vases make 9. Pretty clear, right? Which one would you make?
The gut reaction, the thing that just feels right, is to crank out as many dishes as you possibly can. I mean, they make the most money per item. It just makes sense.
And you would be walking right into the trap. Following that gut instinct, that seemingly logical path, is exactly how businesses leave a ton of money on the table. It completely ignores the most important piece of the entire puzzle.
So, to get to the real answer, we've got to uncover the secret weapon for making these tough calls. It's not about which product is most profitable on its own. It's about something way, way more important.
And that secret is understanding your limiting factor. You can also call it a key factor. Plain and simple, it's the one thing that's holding you back. It's the bottleneck in your whole operation.
And this bottleneck could be anything, really. Maybe you can't get enough raw materials, or you don't have enough skilled people to do the work, or maybe your most important machine can only run so many hours in a day. The first, most critical step is figuring out what that one single limiting factor is.
This quote right here, it sums up the entire strategy in one sentence. We have to completely shift how we think about this. The goal isn't just make a profit. The goal is to squeeze every last drop of profit out of our scarcest, most precious resource. And this is our secret weapon, contribution per limiting factor. So instead of asking how much money does this product make, we start asking how much money does this product make for every hour of my best worker's time, or for every kilogram of that material I can't get enough of. You see the shift? We're measuring profit against our bottleneck.
Okay, so that's the big idea, but how do we actually use it? Well, let's break it down into a simple, actionable plan. It's a 4-step process you can follow every single time to get to the most profitable answer.
It goes like this. First, you do the easy part we did before. Find the profit per item. Second, you put your finger on that one single bottleneck. Let's just say it's labor hours. Third, and this is the magic step, you calculate the profit per labor hour. And fourth, you re-rank all your products based on that new number. That's your new production plan.
All right, theory is one thing. Let's see this thing in action. We're going to look at a case study called Grecian Glass. Their big problem, their limiting factor, was that they just didn't have enough skilled labor hours to go around.
Now look at this. This is so cool. On the left, if you just rank by profit per item, dishes are number 1, no surprise. But when we do our little magic trick and rank everything by profit times per labor hour, the whole picture changes. I mean, wow, dishes are still on top, but look at vases. They jump all the way from 3rd place to 2nd. And ornaments, which looked pretty good before, fall to dead last.
And this just lays it out so clearly. The intuitive plan on the left, the trap, would have you making a bunch of ornaments before you even think about vases. But the smart plan on the right tells you to do the exact opposite. You pour your limited time into dishes and vases first. That one little change in priority can have a massive impact on your profit.
Let's look at another company, S Limited. They had a shortage of materials, but they decided, hey, let's just make a little bit of everything to keep our customers happy. Well, when they ran the numbers, after all their fixed costs, they ended up losing $1,500. Ouch! But what if they'd used our 4-step battle plan? What if they had focused their precious materials only on the products that gave them the most bang for their buck, the most profit per kilogram? Well, they would have turned that painful loss into a $3,000 profit.
Think about that. That's a $4,500 swing in profit. It's the same company, the same materials, the same week. The only thing that changed was the way they thought about the problem. That is how powerful this is.
But hold on. Business isn't just about math, right? It's not always that clean. There's one last, really important layer we have to think about, and that's the real world.
Because what happens if you just follow the math blindly and stop making your less profitable stuff?
Well, your loyal customers might get really annoyed. They might just go to your competitor who has everything they need. And a customer you lose today, well, they might be gone for good.
This quote just nails the dilemma, doesn't it? The math tells you how to make the most money right now, this week. But running a business is a long game. Sometimes you might have to keep making that less profitable item just to keep an important customer coming back.
So, what do? This is where being a great business leader comes in. You've got this incredible tool that shows you the clearest, data-driven path to short-term profit, but you have to balance that against the long-term health of your business and your customer relationships.
And really, that's the ultimate question this whole analysis forces you to ask. It's not just about giving you an easy answer. It's about forcing you to ask smarter questions about what winning really looks like for your business, not just for this month's report, but for many years to come.